This week I'm making a track for Freak It by Kim Petras. In this series, I take vocals from an existing song,
Freak it with your headphones on,
without listening to the original, and then create my own track to go with it with zero context. At the end, when my track is done, then I can go back, listen to the original for the first time, and see how they compare. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this one, hit subscribe on my channel. I post new episodes every Wednesday. You can also sign up for my mailing list on my website so they get sent directly to your inbox every week with an extra blog post. So definitely take a second and check that out. All right, let's get started. Kim released this song at the end of July. I haven't heard it yet. I've been seeing her post some things about it. I feel like maybe there's a music video on the way. By the time I post this episode, it actually might be out. Kim is always all out there. You never really know what you're gonna get, at least lyrics wise. I feel like she's always just having fun. The tracks are like hardcore, dance, electronic, full force, exactly the kind of thing that I like to make. So I'm really looking forward to listening to this one. I'll put a link to this acapella here so you can play along and listen to it as well before we get started. Take a second, check that out, and I'm gonna go listen now. All right, here we go. Okay, super cool. I love that Kim always does like super processed vocals, but then she also gives us like a full singing moment, the best of both worlds. It's got a ton of vocal effects. It's definitely, I feel like, typical Kim fashion. It's gonna lean in towards like the electronic dance direction, which is something I always like to lean into as well. So let's just jump right into it. I want to start with drums. I like this. Okay, a little kick loop. Okay, let's start with the bass. I kind of like just having the kick in there, not too much else. So I'm gonna wait to add anything more than that. Let's open up Serum 2, find something in here.
and I wanna be somebody freaking for me for sharing all your tears, fishnets, pull them up for me. You get it? Freak it.
Maybe we switch it up a little bit here.
For me for sharing. Freak it.
Okay, I don't know about this, but we're gonna try it. Let's just go with this.
Freak it. Freak it with your headphones on.
Why is the timing weird? I don't know if this really works, but whatever. So then we're gonna come back to this thing.
Freak the whole around this mall, the whole around this mall. Up and down, you got it, freaking thumping nonchalant. Stadium of freaks.
Why is the timing weird? First of all, we're gonna do this. What? What's happening? The timing is really weird. There's like one extra beat between the sections. Everything is like slightly shifted off the grid there. It's a little weird. Maybe it's just like with transitions or something in the original. I don't know.
Freak it.
Okay, this track has to be really weird, like the original, because this feels like it's all over the place. What if we do this?
Freak it.
Okay, I put some other stuff on top of it to make it more interesting than that, but this is a weird track. I think I'm past expecting it to turn out well. So I'm just gonna go with it and see what I can get down for the rest of this. I think I have the bass figured out, I guess, for the whole thing, but yeah, so I'm gonna start layering some different elements in. I have a feeling that the original track is gonna be a little bit all over the place with the way the arrangement seems just from the vocal alone. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how they like handle all of it, and potentially if it's in like kind of a weird time signature outside of 4/4. But yeah, all right, so let's see what we can make of this.
Freak it. Freak it. Freak it with your headphones on.
Okay, this is kind of cool. Add some more stuff to it. I don't know, the timing is so strange. Let's put a snare in this section. I'm just going to use a loop for the hi-hats because I cannot be bothered with this at the moment. See, because even that's late. Shouldn't it be? Okay, maybe I need to do that instead of this thing. This at least doesn't feel so off compared to the other thing and the vocal. Okay, let's just put some effects in. Sure. Let's put that in here. Then we need a short one to go into the hook. Okay, especially like the last section. I don't know what's going on there. It sounds like a jumble of like a bunch of different things. But okay, I think I'm going to stop here because, yeah, I'm not really sure what else to do with this. I feel like I did what I could, but the timing is really strange in terms of just like doing this without the instrumental. I'm really curious to see what they did in the original track. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of a lot of different elements all over the place, jumping back and forth. And maybe that's why it doesn't feel super straightforward just based off the vocal alone. So yeah, I did what I could with that. It's not a track I would release necessarily, but I feel like there's definitely some cool elements that have some potential to be used in something else in the future maybe. So it's not all for nothing. Here we go. Let's take a listen. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Freak it. Freak it. Freak it with stilettos on. Freak it. Freak it in your favorite Freak it. Freak it with your headphones on. I love you all my time. Freak it cause you got no job. Freak it. Freak it, I could hook you up. Freak it. Freaky little debutante. I wanna see your face at my show. Kiss brand on your jeans. Faceless, pull them up for me. You got it all, and I wanna be. Don't be a tease. Freak it for me, for sure. Touch that, bring it all back. Little your chest, shining so for me. You got it all, and I wanna be. Don't be a tease. Freak it for me, for sure. Freak it. Freak it. Freak it. Freak it till you got someone. Freak it. Hey, like the PlayStation. You can freak it on your own. Till we rendezvous at night. Freak the whole around this mall. Up and down, you gotta freak it. Don't be nonchalant. Stadium of peace in the penthouse. Look to the basement. You gotta freak it till you don't know what you're freaking for. Touch that. Gotta freak it till you don't know what you're freaking for. Touch that. Gotta freak it till you don't know what you're freaking for. Yes, friend, on your jeans, faceless, pull them up for me. You got it all, and I wanna be. Don't be a tease, freak it for me, for sure. Touch that, bring it all back. Little your chest, shining so for me. You got it all, and I wanna be. Don't be a tease, freak it for me, for sure. Freak it. Freak it.
Okay, that was my version. Maybe you can kind of like hear the idea I was going for. I don't think it quite got there, but that's where it ended up. Yeah, I just feel like some of the sections are like a weird amount of time apart. It's not like a full bar, it's like one beat shifted. So it was like really hard to figure out what the timing was supposed to be or if it was just a weird time gap. But then some of the vocals felt like they were in line with one timing, but then ad-libs were in line with the other part. I don't know. I'm confused. So I'm definitely ready to hear the original version. Let's pull this thing up and see what's going on here. Okay, it's a bit of what I expected, but I'm still confused about the timing and why it was weird when I tried to work with it, because it didn't seem like it was that weird in this. I actually think my synth was pretty close that I used in the hook, like in the Freak It sections. It's kind of close to the one that they used. Theirs was a bit more like distorted and like a bit dirtier sounding, but it was really cool. And I actually think like some of the bass patterns were pretty close as well. Interesting that that came out of it, but I still am not following what's happening with the timing. Somehow it makes sense in their version. And I definitely like what they did with the piano chord, like kind of altered piano sound in there. The end was really cool with like a bit of that breakdown and all of the kind of like deconstructed aspects of the song coming back together for that outro. I did like that. And it's a bit different for her. I feel like the track is a bit dirtier than like what she goes for in the production. It had a bit more grit to it than I feel like what I've used to hearing from her. I'm interested to look and see who produced that one. What did you guys think? Have you listened to Kim's new music? Let me know in the comments. Again, if you're interested in seeing me try this with other songs in the future, hit subscribe and also sign up for my mailing list on my website. I post new episodes every week on Wednesdays, and if you're on the mailing list, they get sent straight to your email with an extra blog post. So definitely check that out when you have a chance. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.